Budget should be more robust and
1.5 लाख जो सेवी रखा हुआ है उसको पिछले 10 साल से इंक्रीज किया नहीं गया है.
One sector where government can focus on the budgets in the budget is the innovation sector to create more jobs, and second is skilling.
The Namami Gange project has a budget of several thousand crores. Eventually, it has failed several times.
The interim budget, which will be announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, is right round the corner. Business Standard spoke to people at Delhi University North Campus to find out what they are keeping an eye out for, what sectors they would like to see allocations increased in, and what they are most looking forward to. Let's take a listen.
My expectation from the government would be there should be less taxation system on the people. Like we had 30% of the tax on the cryptocurrency marketing. So my suggestion to the government in the upcoming system that we should reduce the tax so that we can encourage the people to have better. Like if we talk about the cryptocurrency, the trade market, still less than even 4% of the people of India invest in the stock market. That is 34% in the USA, 50% in the other developed countries. So my suggestion to the government in the upcoming budget session would be reduce the taxes, let the people invest, and let the further India to rise up to the level of developed countries.
budget should be more robust and concrete when it comes to particularly infrastructure which is developing for women per se, women empowerment, because we speak a lot about women empowerment these days. But then how at all we are going to realize those empowering measures is not something that we realize through our budget. And owing to the fact that our finance minister is a woman, so I think it's high time that we also look into the realm of higher education. We look into the realm of how we can allocate certain funds for realizing basic sanitary and menstrual education in a country like India per se, where still we know that in the remote areas women still don't have access to the basic sanitary requirements that they should have had.
मेरे फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर से डिमांड है कि एक ग्रांट इन एड आती थी यूनिवर्सिटी में और अभी भी आती है कुछ, तो उसका अमाउंट बढ़ाया जाए एज़ कम्पेयर टू हीफा लोन. हीफा लोन ऑल्टरनेट रखा जाए. जब डेवलपमेंट के लिए यूनिवर्सिटी को एक्स्ट्रा पैसा चाहिए तो वो लोन ले एक्स्ट्रा प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए. पर ग्रांट इन एड शुड बी इंक्रीज्ड इन दिस बजट फॉर दैट एजुकेशन शुड रीच टू ईच एंड एवरी क्लास एंड पुअर person also. If the grant in aid does not come in sufficient amount, universities have to raise the fees also, and we have to pay the interest of the HIFA loan also.
In the past few years, we have been seeing that there has been a lot of brain drain, especially at the time of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. We got to know that there are so many students who are actually studying in Russia. There are very few medical seats in India, and it's highly unaffordable for a lot of middle-class students in India, and that's why they go to China and Russia. So I think education is one sector wherein we can work on improving the curriculum.
Government can focus on the budgets in the budget is the innovation sector to create more jobs, and second is skilling, because skilling will ensure that the people have the right skill set, which will make them job creators as well as make them suitable and fit for the current jobs which are available in the market. The last 20 years, the government has actually allocated few thousand crores for cleaning of Yamuna. Yet we can see there aren't any results. So having a special allocation in the budget just for the environmental sector, I guess won't yield desirable results, because it actually requires a Jan Bhagidari. I mean, you can see actually, a large number of, I have attended 2 conferences on environment, and both those conferences were held during the winter season and in centrally air-conditioned halls. And I made that point. So we are holding this conference in the afternoon when there is bright sun shining outside, and yet we are sitting in a warm central AC auditorium. So this doesn't make any sense.
I would like to be reflected in the interim budget is more employment opportunities for postgraduates and graduate students. Secondly, more developed infrastructure regarding the education field, regarding the infrastructure of universities and colleges in India.
I personally think the 3 things are employment, education, and finally I would go with the partnerships with our foreign universities and their materials. Because in foreign there are some particular subjects which we are unaware of it. The current trend is something what different we educate right now, because we still follow some old traditions, principles which needed to be updated comparatively the previous versions, like previous textbooks, frequent data on different studies, educations. It must be taken consideration of.
You just heard the voices from India. So will this budget fulfill the aspirations of its citizens? Well, We'll only know on the 1st of February. Head over to business-standard.com for our extensive coverage on the budget. You can also follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn.